Welcome back. Well, with almost half of Australian marriages now ending in divorce, it would seem the dream of couples growing old together might simply be that, a dream. But despite the pressures of modern-day life, thousands of couples do survive and thrive till death they do part. So to finish the week, we are celebrating everlasting love on today's agenda. And I'm very pleased to say Charles and Beverly Smart, who have just celebrated their 60th wedding anniversary, join me now along with relationship expert Melissa Ferrari. Good morning to you all.
Good morning.
Such a treat to have you here this morning. Beverly, take me back to when you first met. What was it about him that you thought was special?
Well, he was always dressed beautifully, and he was a jockey, and of course he had all these beautiful suits, and he looked smart.
So, 1958, Charles.
Yes.
What was it about Beverly that caught your eye?
I just sort of fell in love with her straight away. We were both working at a grocery shop in Hornsby called Moran and Cato's. I was working behind the counter and Bev was the bookkeeper. And in no time at all, I asked her out and we went to the local movies. And I said to her, after that, I said, I'm going to marry you. She said, no, you're not.
And then what happened, Beverly?
Well, we just started dating and that, and then he asked me to marry him. Mm-hmm. And I said, oh, all right, I will. I'd love to.
And when you made that commitment to each other, I mean, was it even a question that you wouldn't be together forever?
Oh, no. We knew this was it. Together forever. Yes.
Okay, so 60 years on,
Yep.
Give us a bit of insight, Charles. What has kept the spark alive? What would be some advice to people watching?
Well, we do everything together. We hardly ever argue.
Why not?
I just can't stand arguments. So, you know, we do, as I say, we do everything together. We go all the same places. And I mean, back in our working days, we had 2 ironing boards, and we'd put them up on a Sunday and do the ironing together and
watch a movie.
You know, watch a movie or whatever. And yeah. So 9.5 years ago, we sold up and we moved to an apartment, and now all our time is free. So, you know, we go to the local clubs, play bingo, whatever's happening, we're free to do it, you know. Mm-hmm. And we have a son and a daughter. The son's up in the Nelson Bay area, and our daughter's Empire Bay. So we're only an hour and 2 hours away from each other. Yep. So it's great.
Melissa, as a relationship expert, this must be music to your ears to hear of a union like this and the success of their longevity.
Oh, it's so precious and so lovely, and I've had the enjoyment of watching these two together before we came on, and you can see how they both look at each other and support each other, and these two are a real couple, and that really shines through.
Why is 1 in every 2 marriages failing, do you think?
I think it's because we come into relationship expecting easy, and I think that we've got to go in being aware that it's going to be some hard work, that things aren't always going to go smoothly. You are going to have differences. And so we start off with all of those romantic feelings in the beginning that really prop us up, all the hormones racing through the body. And then after a while, that subsides a little bit. And then you've really got to, you know, be in love and decide to love your partner every day. And that can sometimes feel like work. And so there are those kind of difficulties that people need to go into relationship and realise that it's just not smooth sailing, that you're actually choosing to be with someone, to have someone who's got your back, and to have that, you've got to invest.
So in other words, you know, you're there for the highs and the lows. And it's in fact probably the lows that really build the foundations to a good partnership, isn't it?
That's right. It's like it's being able to be with each other in an empathic kind of way, you know. It's on a great day when we're feeling good. We're great with our partner. We think that they're the ants pants and they can do no wrong. But on a bad day, or when we're not feeling so good, we sometimes don't feel so positive about our partner. And so being aware that we have good days, bad days, all of us, and that staying attuned means you've got to be able to cope with that now and then, and that, you know, it's all not going to be kind of what I called unicorn and roses. Yeah.
Beverly, would you agree with that? It's
Yes,
about the low times as well.
It is, yes. He's always there for me.
He's always got your back.
Yep.
What have been some of the trickier times, the tougher times for you as a couple?
Oh, what? Working,
Well-
going to work and trying to keep house and look after our kids. We were lucky because we had my mum, and she used to mind the children while we went to work, and that helped us a great lot.
Immensely, yes.
And Charles, for you, what have been some of the hurdles perhaps that you've faced as a couple?
Well, I didn't have a permanent job, as so to speak. I changed my work quite a lot. I worked at Buttercup Bakeries for nearly 15 years. I worked in the groceries trade. And my last 20 odd years of working, I was a sales rep. So I, you know, did all the metropolitan areas and outreaches areas, selling key blanks, key cutting machines, all that sort of stuff to locksmiths and so on. So, yeah, you know, it's been a different road because I didn't have a little certificate to say I was, you know, proficient in anything, any certain thing. So
Yeah.
You
So
know,
stresses with work, but always knowing that you had that comfort on the home front would have counted for a lot.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I mean, Bev worked up the road from where we lived for 35 years in a cosmetics factory. So, you know, I'd take her to work of a morning, and then, you know, she'd be there when I got home. So it was good. It was a good arrangement.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, we asked our viewers to reveal their secrets to a long-lasting marriage, and we've had plenty. Here's what some have had to say. Natalie says, agree to disagree and move on and be there for each other. Remember to have date nights and get away just the two of you often. 21 years married and still going strong. Bree has posted, don't walk out at the first sign of trouble. Simple, life has ups and downs. If you're not committed to riding out the waves of both, then you will never have a long-term marriage with deep connection and love. And Benny says, always talk. Have small arguments, it keeps you honest, and have a bit of fun. How important, Beverly, has fun been to you over the years?
Oh, very important.
Yeah.
Yes, we, you know, we make sure we mix with the children and that. We've got 2 great-grandchildren.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes, Madison and Elijah.
Oh, I bet they adore you. And Charles, what about having the odd argument? Do you ever bicker? Do you ever get into a bit of a dispute over things?
No?
I do all the arguing. And then it's the end.
Because he doesn't argue back.
No, talk to the wall.
What are your thoughts on that, Melissa? Is it okay to have the odd Barney?
Well, I think that some couples, I work with a lot of couples, and I do notice that some just naturally fall together and don't really have a lot of disputes or conflict, and that can be for different reasons. But I think it is important, if there are issues that you've got to talk about, that you are having it out and fighting in a friendly way, and one of you waving the white flag every now and then and saying, you know, I don't want this to become heated. I want to try and work this out with you, but make sure you keep the energy in it positive and fight friendly.
One of the overwhelming messages from a lot of our viewers was you don't always have to have the last word.
You don't.
You're nodding in agreement, Beverly.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, as a relationship expert, I kind of think about it, and I think, you know, do you want to be right or do you want to be married? You know,
Yes.
and I think that, you know, you've sometimes got to put that aside and just be together and let the argument go. And particularly if you notice that energy, I'm really having this fight because I want to prove my point. Because perception can be just so different. The brain does all kinds of things. It's a bit smoke and mirrors. What you perceive and what you perceive can be 2 totally different things. And so being aware that you've got your point of view and I've got mine, and neither of us might be right because we're seeing it through our own eyes.
Yeah, well said. I want to just finish with asking you, Beverly, what do you love most about Charles?
Oh, his comfort. He is comfort to me all the time.
Oh, you're going to make me cry. And Charles, what do you love most about Beverly?
Oh, gee. Such a hard question, Georgie. I just love everything about her, you know. we've just been so into each other for all these years. So, you know, it's
just everything.
It's wonderful, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, everything.
Oh, well, thank you so much. We needed to feel some... you're allowed to have a little kiss on national television.
Thank you.
Oh, we're all tearing up. We needed to feel some love this Friday.
Thanks,
Thank you
Georgie.
so much for coming on and sharing some of your secrets. Congratulations on 60 years
Thank you.
married and going strong.
Thank you, Georgie.
And thank you always
Melissa.
for your insight, Melissa.
Thank you.
Lovely to see you.
Lovely.
There you go. That's the secret, Carl and Sylvia.
Yeah, a little bit of love. And I think the other really important thing is fried chicken to keep a relationship together. Fried chicken. It's National Fried Chicken Day.
Fried
so
chicken
a
and
little bit of
ironing
love.
together. The couple who irons together stays together.
You're sending a message direct, aren't you?
He's watching. I actually don't do any of his ironing.
The couple who irons together stays together. Said no one ever.
That was a beautiful, beautiful segment.
Wasn't
Thank
it?
you, George.
Well,